Ciao, benvenuto, amici. This is Vito right here, and this is Vito's Italian Cucina. I know that you started out over here and you saw some of those ingredients. Just wondered, do you think you know what we're going to do today? Well, I can tell you right now. It might be a little tough one because you don't see the pasta, but we are going to do a pasta dish today. We're going to do Vermicelli Bolognese. Vermicelli Bolognese. And you say, well, Bolognese, what's Bolognese? Well, first of all, it comes from a town in Italy, in up northern Italy, called Bologna. And in fact, that's the same place that bologna came from. I never knew that, but that's the truth. So we're gonna go ahead and do the vermicelli. Now, what's vermicelli? It's a pasta, and it's a pasta that's just a little thinner than regular spaghetti. It's a little bit thinner. And we're gonna go over to the stovetop a little bit later, and I'll show you how to do all this. But right now, I'm gonna take it around the horn and show you what we have in ingredients. This is so simple. This is carrots. This is carote in Italian, okay? Then we have onions over here, and the onions are called cipolla. And then over here we have the mushrooms, and this is funghi, that's right. And then over on this side right here we have a Parmesan cheese right there, Parmesan, okay? Then over here we have parsley, which is Prezzemolo, look at this, Prezzemolo, see? And then we have the Pomodoro right here, your tomatoes. And then we have manzo, look at this is the ground beef. Manzo, ground beef, okay? Then we have some tomato paste. Tomato paste, how do you say that in Italian? It's pasta di pomodoro. And you go, pasta? I thought pasta was pasta. Well, this is pasta, meaning paste, tomato paste. Yeah, how you like that, huh? So, and over here, oh, I gotta show you this, otherwise I'm gonna hear it from my wife. This is from our garden. These are the flowers. And how do you say that? That's Fiori. Look at it. Fiori. Isn't that good? Anyway, so that always is nice to have here in the Cucina. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of chopping. I already did the Cipolla, which is the onions. And I'm going to do now the Carote, the carrots. And I'm going to do the Funghi, the mushrooms. Just a little bit of chopping. And then we're going to go over to the stovetop. Come on down. Here we go. There we go, nicely formed. Doesn't that look real pretty? Hey, carote. By the way, I use shredded carrots. You can use regular carrots and chop them up all the way from the beginning. That's fine, but these are fresh. They're just shredded. And then I chopped them up a little bit. Let's go down and do the funghi now, the mushrooms. Here we go. These are sliced. There we go. Nice funghi all chopped up. Pezze. Chopped up, and I got to put it together like this. I like to form it like that. It looks nice and neat. This is because of my OCD that kicks in. So anyway, you do your own thing. But anyway, I like things nice and neat. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go on over to the stovetop. I'm going to show you what's going on over there so we can get started. Come on. Okay, here we go. Inside here, we have a little olive oil, a little butter, just a little bit. You're going to ask me, well, how much is in there? Not much, just a little bit. And see those three things there? Those are garlic cubes. They're frozen garlic cubes. I get those at Trader Joe's. You're going to love it because it's really simple, easy, and they're fresh. Each cube is one clove. Each cube, one clove. So come back over. I'm just going to go ahead and stir them in, get them going. Okay? Can you see there? There's the vermicelli right there. Look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful? Look at how gorgeous that is. I pre-cooked it. I put a little bit of salt, a little bit of oil into the pan, and then I boiled it and got it al dente because it's going to cook some more in just a minute. And remember, the vermicelli is just a little thinner than regular spaghetti. Now, people will say, oh, he puts oil in his water when he cooks it. Well, that's what my mom taught me, and that's what I'm doing, and it works fine. Believe me, they say that if you put oil in the water, it'll block the flavors of the salt and stuff. You know what? Just a little bit of oil, what it does is it helps it not stick. Now, here's what I do afterwards. I always rinse off the starch when I need to rinse off the starch. In this case, I'm going to. And then I put a little bit of melted butter, and then I mix it all up. So did you ever have the pasta sitting there on the side when it's all ready and it's all like stuck together? This way it stays nice and firm. Look, I'm going to show you. Look how nice and firm that is. Look at that. Oh, my God. I want to eat that right now. Anyway, we're going to go back over to the pot, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the garlic that is melted. And here we go. Stir it off like this. I'm going to get the onions. That goes in first. Onions in first. There you go. Why onions in first? Because the onions are raw and you want them to cook down. It takes a little bit longer. So we get that going. Put that back on the fire. Rub it around. Get them nice and brown. Look at that. Look how wonderful that looks already. Boy, I wish you guys could be here and smell this aroma. You know what I mean? Oh, look at that good. Boy. Okay, next up, the carrots. Onions are cooking. We're going to put some of the carrots in. The carote. Going to put them in. Here we go. And then why the carrots? Next, because they take a little while to cook too. So let's go ahead and stir these up right now and get them going. Take a look. Look what's next. The fungi, the mushrooms. Come on. We put these in here like this, and you go, okay, the mushrooms are going in next. What's the deal with the mushrooms? Well, you know, mushrooms have a lot of water in them, and we want to cook them down, make sure that most of the water is out. Plus, we want to go ahead and saute those all together, get those flavors all jumping together. You're going to love it. Come on, let's go stir them up. Okay, so you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to add a little more butter, some burro. By the way, butter is burro in Italian. So why don't you look at that, and I'll be right back. And we'll just put just a little bit more butter in there because I just need just a little bit more. And we'll go ahead and stir it up. Okay, as you can see. And you know, as you cook, you know, I start out with a little bit here and there. My mother never really had any real significant a recipe, ingredients, how much of this, how much. She cooked by the smell, by the look, by the taste. You know, and this is what I'm doing too. I noticed that it was just getting a little bit low on the butter. And don't put any more oil in there, by the way. You know, you had enough of that. But just you want to go ahead and make sure they saute real good right here. Okay, that's nice. Why don't you come back over and see what we got? Look at that. Look how that's coming together. Isn't that beautiful? Bella, bella, bella. Okay, now it's time. We're going to put a little bit of salt and pepper. A little more seasoning goes in here. I use the Himalayan pink salt because it's really good for you. And some regular pepe. Pepe. Look at that. Don't you love automation? Look at this. Nice seasoning there. And then a little bit of salt. Okay, now it's time to put in the ground beef. It's not very lean ground beef, but yet it doesn't have a lot of fat in it, okay? So make sure you get some of that. And this is called manzo. Manzo, here we go to manzo. Go ahead and put in the ground beef, just like so. All right, and this is where the idea of the bolognese comes in. Also, this is how it kind of completes that whole thing. We go ahead and get that nice and cooked. Wow, look at that. Okay, the meat looks really good. The manzo looks very, very good. And it's away from the pinkness. That's what I want. I want to get it away from the pinkness. Now I'm going to add a little bit of redness, some pomodoro, some chopped pomodoro. Look at this. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that in. Oh, gosh, look at that. Beautiful, it's beautiful. Let me go ahead and lift it up. Just like so. Okay, so now I'm going to use the tomato paste, the pasta de pomodoro. Pasta de pomodoro. Pasta mean a paste. It's a paste. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put some of the pasta de pomodoro in, the tomato paste, like so. But about like that. I think that's going to be good enough for right now. Then we'll go ahead and we'll mix it up. Get it nicely mixed up, like so. Okay. And this is a 6-ounce can that I used for the tomato paste. I'm gonna put some more in now. Get the rest in there. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. And I gotta tell you, you guys can go ahead and do this if you want to. This is the way I was brought up. I like to put a little sugar, a little sweetener in my pastas and my sauces and stuff like that. So I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar to mine, or you don't have to use any at all. But right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you this. This is the can. It's a little 6-ounce can of tomato paste. And then in that little 6-ounce can of tomato paste, you can put 1 to 3 containers of water, the size of that little can. So this is about 2. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and measure it. And I'm going to put a little bit of water in here, just like so. And as you can see, I put about 1 can actually. And I'm going to go ahead and mix that up and then let it cook down even more. Okay? Look at how wonderful that looks, you guys. I can't wait. We just got one more step to go, and that's to plate it. But we're going to let it cook down a little bit. Don't go nowhere. But first, I want to say this. Please subscribe to us. Vito's Italian Cucina. It's on YouTube. Look up Vito's Italian Cucina on YouTube. .com/Veets, and why don't you come in and subscribe? It's free. Everything's free. All the recipes are there and everything. My mother would love it if you come in here. So would my pops. He would love it too. My uncles, my grandmother, Madeline, you know, my Aunt Jeannie. She'd love it. Everybody would love it if you come. So I'd like you to come in, subscribe, and hit that bell. There it is. Always on time. There's that bell. Hit the bell, you get it all, right? Okay. Don't go nowhere. We're going to do one more step and then we're out of here. We're going to plate it. Yum, yum. Mangiare. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put some of the vermicelli in here. I'm just going to go ahead and put it right in the pot. Okay, you can come on over and see how I do that. And it goes right in just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and mix it up. There we go. Mix it all up. Look at how wonderful that looks, you guys. Isn't that great? Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I went ahead and I took a little bit out so I don't have to dig to the bottom of the pan. That goes on top of the pasta when I'm finished plating it. So the next thing up, mangiare. Don't go nowhere. All right, it's time to plate it. Vermicelli Bolognese Vito's Italian Cucina. Come on. Here we go. You do it like this. Nice hearty. Like this. You put it in the center of the plate just like that. Okay, I'm going to get one more little one like this, because I like to do this, okay? I'm going to come up like this, and I give it a little twisterine, because that's the fancy way to do it. Look at that. Oh, don't you love that? And then I got, out right here, is the Prezzemolo. This is the Prezzemolo right here. And then I go ahead and I put a little bit of Prezzemolo on, like this. Fresh Prezzemolo, parsley. Look how gorgeous that looks, you guys. Isn't that great? And then I'm going to put a little bit of Parmesan, like this, okay? Right? And then, the stuff that I pulled aside, here is the extra. I'm going to put a little bit like this. Look at that. Okay, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Okay. And then if you really want to get fancy, man, I'm going to go some Prezzemolo around the edges. This is how you serve it. Look at this. Watch this. You go like this. People go, oh, he's not on this. Guy knows what he's doing. Put it around the plate like that. Look at that. How gorgeous is that? Then you got your Fiori. You can serve it with your Fiori. And then you got, look at that. Vito's Italian Cucina, Vermicelli Bolognese, a Marone, a buon appetito. Ciao for now. Thanks for joining us.